There's something I hear a lot from friends our age. They'll say, I walked into the kitchen and forgot why I was there, or I just can't remember names like I used to. Sound familiar? It's easy to chalk it up to just getting older. But here's the good news. Our brains are capable of staying sharp, vibrant, and full of life at any age. The key? Giving them the right kind of exercise. No, I don't mean crossword puzzles. Today, we're talking about 6 fun, engaging activities that can help keep your mind as lively as your spirit. And the best part? These don't feel like work at all. In fact, you might already be doing some of them without realizing how good they are for your brain. Asterisk. Asterisk. Now, before we dive in, let me ask you this. Have you ever lost track of time because you were so absorbed in something you love? Maybe it was a hobby, a conversation with an old friend, or even learning something new. That feeling, that joy and focus is exactly what we're after. Because when we enjoy ourselves, our brains light up, making new connections and staying strong. So, let's get started with the first 2 activities that can help you do just that. Asterisk. First up, reading. But not just any reading, immersive, joyful reading. Whether it's a mystery novel that keeps you guessing, a biography of someone you admire, or even rereading an old favorite, books are like a workout for your imagination. They force your brain to picture scenes, follow complex plots, and even empathize with characters. And here's a tip. Try mixing it up. If you usually read history, pick up a science fiction book. Surprising your brain with something new strengthens it even more. Asterisk. Asterisk. Now, if reading isn't your thing, don't worry. The second activity is something almost everyone loves, music. But here's the twist, it's not just about listening. Try singing along, tapping out the rhythm, or even dusting off that old instrument you used to play. Music engages multiple parts of your brain at once, from memory to coordination. And if you've never played an instrument before, it's never too late to learn. A simple ukulele or keyboard can be a delightful way to challenge yourself. Asterisk. Now, let's talk about something you might not expect. Creativity. Whether it's painting, knitting, gardening, or even arranging photos in an album, creative activities are like a playground for your brain. They require problem solving. How do I fix this drop stitch? Patience and focus all, while giving you a sense of accomplishment. And here's the beautiful part. It doesn't have to be perfect. The goal is to enjoy the process, not create a masterpiece. So, grab those watercolors or that yarn and let your brain have some fun. These first 3 activities, reading, music, and creativity, are all about joy. They remind us that keeping our minds sharp doesn't have to feel like a chore. In fact, the more we enjoy ourselves, the more our brains thrive. And guess what? The next 3 activities are just as enjoyable, but we'll save those for the next part. For now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these do you already love doing? Or is there one you're excited to try? Let me know in the comments below. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more tips on living your best life after 65. And remember, every day is a chance to learn, grow, and have a little fun along the way. Isn't it funny how some of the best things for our brains are also the most enjoyable? In the last part, we talked about how reading, music, and creativity can light up your mind, and I loved hearing from so many of you in the comments about your favorite books, songs, and hobbies. It just goes to show, staying sharp doesn't mean doing dull drill sits, about finding what brings you joy and diving in. Today, we're going to explore 2 more activities that are just as fun but work wonders for your brain in slightly different ways. Ready? Let's get started. Asterisk. First up, games. And I'm not just talking about solitaire, though that's a great start. Games that challenge your strategy, memory, or even quick thinking are like a full brain workout. Think chess, bridge, Scrabble, or even a lively round of trivia with friends. These games force you to plan ahead, remember rules, and adapt on the fly, all skills that keep your mind nimble. And here's the best part. They're social. Laughing, teasing, and competing, even if it's just for bragging rights, add an extra layer of brain-boosting power because our brains thrive on connection. Asterisk. Asterisk. Now, if you're thinking, I've never been good at games like that, Don't worry. Start simple. A daily crossword or Sudoku puzzle counts too. The key is to pick something that feels like play, not pressure. And if you can rope in a friend or grandkid to join you, even better. Teaching someone else how to play is one of the best ways to reinforce your own skills plus. It's a wonderful excuse to spend time together. Asterisk. Next, let's talk about something we all know is good for our body spot. It's just as vital for our brains. Movement. Now, I'm not saying you need to train for a marathon. Even a gentle walk in the park, some Tai Chi, or dancing around the kitchen to your favorite song counts. Physical activity pumps oxygen-rich blood to your brain, which helps with memory, focus, and even mood. And when you combine movement with nature, say, a stroll where you notice the birds, the trees, the way the light filters through the leaves, you're giving your brain a double dose of goodness. Asterisk. Asterisk. Here's a little challenge for you. The next time you're out walking, try something called noticing. Pick one new thing to pay attention to each day: the shape of clouds, the colors of flowers, the sound of wind chimes. It's a simple trick, but it trains your brain to stay present and engaged, which is a skill that pays off in so many ways. So far, we've covered 5 fantastic ways to keep your brain buzzing: reading, music, creativity, games, and movement. But there's one more activity I'm especially excited to share with you, because it's something we all do every day without realizing its power. It's not just about what you do, but how you do it. And trust me, once you try it, you'll wonder why you didn't start sooner. We'll dive into that in the next part, along with a few bonus tips to tie everything together. In the meantime, I'd love to hear, have you noticed a difference when you play games or get moving? Maybe you've rediscovered an old hobby or found a new walking buddy? Share your stories below. It's always inspiring to learn from each other. And if you're enjoying this series, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the final part. Remember, every small step you take is a gift to your brain and to the life you're creating every day. You know, as we've been exploring these brain-boosting activities together, I've been thinking about how many of them come down to one simple idea: staying curious. That spark of wonder, whether it's learning a new song, trying a different walking path, or getting delightfully stuck on a crossword clue, it all keeps our minds young. Today, we're going to wrap up with our 6th and final activity. And I'll let you in on a little secret. It might be the most powerful one yet, because it turns everyday moments into brain food. Asterisk. Asterisk. Our last activity is storytelling. Now, before you think, oh, I'm no Shakespeare, hear me out. Storytelling isn't about crafting perfect tales. It's about capturing your memories, sharing experiences, or even just describing your day in detail. When you tell a story, whether writing it down, sharing it with a friend, or even just replaying it in your mind, you're strengthening dozens of brain connections. You're sorting through details, arranging events in order, and tapping into emotions. That's a full mental workout disguised as a chat over tea. Asterisk. Asterisk. Here's how to try it. Next time you're reminiscing about the old days with a friend or family member, really dive into the details. What color was your first car? What did the air smell like at your childhood home in spring? The richer the description, the more your brain has to work, and the more vividly you'll remember. Or keep a journal where you write just a few lines about your day, focusing on small moments that brought you joy. It's like creating a personal time capsule for your mind. Asterisk. Now, let's tie all 6 activities together, because here's the beautiful thing: they work even better when combined. Read a book set in a place you've never been, then tell someone about the setting as if you'd visited. Play music while you paint. Challenge your walking buddy to a game of 20 questions about what you see along the way. When we mix these activities, we create new neural pathways, fancy term for brain bridges, that keep our thinking flexible and strong. Asterisk. I want to leave you with this thought. Your brain isn't a machine that wears out, it's more like a garden. The more you tend to it with these nourishing activities, the more it flourishes. And just like a garden, it's never too late to plant new seeds. Maybe today you'll hum a tune you haven't sung in years, or call an old friend to share a memory. That's not just passing time. That's investing in your brightest, sharpest self. Asterisk. Before we go, I'd love to hear which of these 6 activities resonated most with you. Maybe you've already discovered your own version of brain-boosting fun that I didn't mention. Share your wisdom in the comments below. We can all learn from each other. And if this series brought you value, do me a favor, hit that like button, share it with a friend who might enjoy it, and subscribe if you haven't already. There's so much more to explore about living joyfully and mindfully in these golden years. Asterisk. Remember, every time you choose curiosity over routine, connection over isolation, or joy over "I'm too old for that," you're giving your brain and your spirit a beautiful gift. Here's to staying sharp, staying playful, and savoring every moment of the journey. Until next time, keep shining.